Welcome to the Liberating River, where spiritual freedom meets soul aligned wealth. I'm your guide, Wanda F. Nesbitt. Let's break free, build boldly, and live fully together. So, we are talking about cultivating resilience. So, inevitably, we must understand what resilience actually is. I bet you didn't know resilience isn't just one thing. That was news to me. It is a whole ecosystem. It is physical, emotional, spiritual. Emotionally, I'm going to say resilience is the ability to feel fully and still move forward. Mentally, it is reframing uncertainty as possibility. And I know for the longest time, I had to train myself to reframe. Spiritually, it is trusting that timing has meaning, even when it is inconvenient. Timing has meaning. Financially, well, it's all about stewardship. The quiet choice to uh, to manage what you have while believing for what is next. Every time you budget during uncertainty, every time you save even $5 in your courage fund, that's what I call it. The fund of hesitation. Listen, every time you choose peace over panic, that is resilience. It is rarely a lightning bolt moment in your life. Hear me again. It is rarely a lightning bolt moment in your life. It is a series of quiet, repeated decisions that say, I may not feel strong, but I am showing up. And that small faithfulness multiplied over time becomes power. And you know where that power takes you. It takes you to the unexpected places. So often we look for strength in the spotlight, the moment of arrival, the achievement, the applause. But I know many of you have heard of it before. And if you haven't, well, you're going to hear it from me. Strength is actually forged in the in between. Or you might have heard it this way: it is not about the destination, it is about the journey. Because the fact is, if you do not go through the journey, you will never make it to the destination. I mean, that's just the simplest form. You have to go through something to get to the destination. You don't believe me? Think about this. If you're laying in bed, right, and you have to go to the bathroom, what is the journey? What is the destination? The destination is to get to the bathroom. The obvious fact is you must get up and go. And of course, please, this is an example. This has nothing to do with those individuals, you know, unfortunately, who are bedridden. I just want to make that clear. Do not get all over the top. This is just an example. I'm trying to paint a picture. The point is, you must do something. Similarly, the journey sharpens in delays. It causes a growth spurt. And that growth spurt can be either positive or negative. You actually decide that path. And while you're going through that path, it matures in disappointment as well. Because on the journey, I'm not saying the journey is going to be all lolly lolly, happy go lucky. You might have some speed bumps. You might have some ditches. You might have some major potholes. But it's all about your attitude and what you do with it. What will your response be? These aren't detours. These are divine directions. Why? Because when comfort leaves, truth enters. When your plans collapse, your purpose expands. The version of you that survives disappointment is closer to your divine design. Closer. Because you went through something. That journey. Every delay carries data. Every heartbreak introduces you to your own heart. You find out who you really are. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Why don't you ask, what strength is trying to reveal itself through this? Or, as I usually say, what is it that I need to learn? When you adjust how you go through the journey, you reclaim your power. And here's the truth in reclaiming your power that most people miss. Power is not always loud. Sometimes it is a whisper. It is the quiet decision to try again after being told no millions of times. Think about it. It is about choosing peace instead of proof. It is whispering in your ear, I'll show up anyways for myself. Sociologists calls this agency, the ability to act even in the face of constraint. Spiritually, it is evidence without outcome. The courage to move even before the miracle, moving in faith. You show up. You show up not because you are guaranteed a result, but because showing up is who you are. And here's the paradox. When you stop performing strength, you start embodying it. You stop grasping for control and start moving from conviction. You stop acting from fear and start living from alignment. All right? We're going to take a moment here. Let's recenter. Let's do some recentering, some cleansing. If you are in a safe space and you can pause. Close your eyes just for a minute. You already know what I'm going to say. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Do that about 3 times. On that third exhale, on that third release, bring to mind a season that once felt impossible. Picture yourself in that space, tired, probably uncertain, maybe even afraid. Now see the version of you who endured it, the one who showed up anyway, the one who did not quit. Whisper this to yourself. I have already proven I am stronger than I thought. Let that truth settle in. For real this time. Love on yourself. Be proud. You have just built a resume showing that you are stronger than you thought. And guess what? That strength is still in you, no matter what you're going through right now. That well has not run dry. Because remember, the well's inside of you. You are living evidence that perseverance produces power and motion. This week, I want to leave you with an invitation. Think of one area in your life where you have been waiting. or you put a pin in it, or you paused it, waiting for that perfect timing, for more clarity, better conditions. No, it's about motion. It's about motion. Maybe maybe you had some kind of business idea or venture you keep putting off. Or maybe that conversation you need to have, but you're afraid to have it. Or the multiple planning stages you have done and never took them. I will interject something right here. Please listen clearly, okay? I mentioned as an example having a conversation you have been afraid to have with someone, right? If any of the areas in your life require another person to be involved, like a conversation or a team, etc., listen clearly. Always remember, please always remember, the other person has the right to their own decisions. You have zero control over how they perceive what you're discussing with them. You do, however, have control over your attitude and how you present the information and how you put together your statements to the person, to the team. You have control over what you do. Otherwise, you make a move and go into motion for yourself. Stop waiting. Start rising. Rise, and the conditions will begin to align. Movement creates momentum. Obedience invites provision. God meets willingness with waymaking. You do not need a map. No one else has been on your street. No one else has lived your journey. All you need is a moment of yes. As you move through this week, may you remember this. You are not waiting for strength. You are walking with it. May every hidden well within you overflow with fresh courage. May every delay deepen your trust. May every disappointment reveal your wisdom. And may your simple act of showing up be the spark that realigns your world. Until next time, keep flowing in freedom. Thanks for flowing with us on the Liberating River. Subscribe, share, and come back next week for more wisdom, wealth, and alignment. Stay free, stay grounded, stay bold.